Hey everybody, and welcome back. This is Web Design. Today we're going to be talking about linking. I know that we talked about linking before, but this time around we're going to talk about, instead of going out to a website, right, which is https://www and going to a whole nother website, what happens when you want to go from page to page within your own website? Okay, so the idea here is that, if you have a website, you might have multiple pages, and how do we create links that go from page to page on one computer? Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. You can see here that I have a folder open. Okay, this folder is called HTML test. All right, you can see that I have several HTML documents in here. Okay, now I have two of these documents opened up already in brackets. Okay, so you kind of want to work alongside me here. If you're in brackets or Notepad++, or if you're in Google Chrome's editor or whatever, you want to definitely have both of these open, because what we're going to do here is we're going to try to figure out how do we link from one page to another. So we're going to create a link on this page that when you click it, you go to the next page. Okay, so that's the concept that we're learning today. And this whole concept is called internal linking. Okay, it's an internal linking system. It's not meant to go out to a whole other website. It's the idea that you have multiple HTML pages in one folder and you want to link from page to page, okay? And it also works with folders as well. We can also link to another HTML page within a folder, but I'll get into that later. Right now we're just going to discuss this. So I have what I was using before open. I have untest.html open, and you can see that untest.html is inside a folder that's on top of my desktop. So if you look right here, it says desktop HTML test, which is the name of my folder, and then /un-test.html. So that's the file that we're working in. Now, what we want to do is I'm going to create a link on this page that goes to un-test2.html. So I'm going to go over here and start the process. Now, it's not a hard process once you get the concept, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a p tag. Why? Because I want it to break from the rest of these tags over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in an a tag just like before, href equals, and then you'll notice even in brackets it shows up right away, okay? It says un-test2.html, so that's where I want to go. All right, and you're going to be like, wow, that's so easy, because all you have to do is have your href equal the name of the file, and I'll explain why that works so easily. Okay, and then over here I'm going to have click here to go to un-test2. Okay, and that's all I'm going to have. Now, the concept here is that untest.html is in a folder. It knows it's in a folder, okay? Then you have untest2.html in the same folder. So it's kind of like the idea that if you're both in the same room or in the same folder, you can just call each other by the file name. You don't need like file : / / No. They all understand that they're in the same folder, and you can simply call them by file name. It's the same idea that if me and you were in a room, I can simply call you by your name. Like, I don't have to say, oh, I don't have to have this long address or anything like that. No. We're all in the same room. I can just call you by your first name, and you know who you are. All right, so that's the same concept here. If the HTML files are in the same folder, then all you have to do is have the href equals the name of the file. Now remember, make sure that the name of the file is correct, okay? Because if it's not correct, it's not going to work. So let's go ahead and test this. Okay, I'm going to go File, Save, and now I have it open over here already. untest.html is already open, so I'm going to refresh it, and then there we go. It says click here to go to untest2. So I click on it, and there we go. Here's a whole other page. This page is my favorite cars. Okay, I listed them all here. I like the Audi A4, the Tesla 3, the Mercedes, the RAV4, BMW, Ford, whatever. Okay, you guys get the idea. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, how do we get back to the original page? We could click back, right? Okay, we could click back, but really what we want to have is on this page, we want to have a link that goes back to the other page, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up that other page, and this is untest2.html, And you can see here, I have the same information. There goes my favorite cars in H3. Then I have some bullets over here with Audi A4, Tesla 3, Mercedes, all that. I'm going to put right under here, right under the H3. And remember, you can put these tags anywhere. It's like a sandbox. You can do whatever you want. All right, I'm going to put in a P tag there. And then I'm going to have click to go to Yun Test. Okay, remember this is Yun Test 2. The other one is Yun Test. So I'm just going to click on that. And then I'm going to put in my A tag, href, and equals. And here where it gets really easy. Remember, we can just put in Yun Test. So I want to make sure I got the right file name. It just says yun-test.html. And guys, remember that lowercase and uppercase matters when you're doing linking, okay? So you don't want to use uppercase when it is lowercase, and you don't want to use lowercase when it is uppercase. So be careful about that. So I'm just going to type in yun-test.html. Shows up right there, okay? And then over here, I'm going to close it. Now, the /a is right here. That's the wrong place for it. I want my text in here to be a link. So I got to make sure that that /a is right there. So what happens is that this text in here will become my link. All right, let's go ahead and save it. File, save, and let's test it. Refresh it. Ah, there's my link. So now I have a link that goes back to Yun Test, and I have a link that goes to Yun Test 2. Okay, so this is kind of a way of creating links that go back and forth. All right, and you can use this in any kind of format that you want. All right, but the idea here is that we have links that go to different pages. It doesn't leave my computer, doesn't go out to the World Wide Web. It just goes to another page. Now remember this concept, because when we do images, okay, we're going to have to do it this way as well. Okay, so again, this is called internal linking, okay, or relative linking is another term for it. But the idea here is that we go from place to place on the same computer. All right, thanks guys. If you have any questions, contact me. Have a good one.